What it do, y'all?
Velvet, you ain't shit. On a scale from 1 to 10,
I'm 100.
you the poopy icon that this ain't poop.
No, it's shit. What's up, everyone?
Yes. Welcome to another episode of Like I Was Saying podcast with
your girl, me.
Who is me?
Velvet.
And why do we care? Oh, it's me, baby. Of course. On the ones and twos. Always. Go ahead and hold it. Hold applauses. Hold applause and hold your shade. Hold the applause and shade. Her eyeballs are popping out her heads, folks.
I know. And we keep talking about getting this camera back, but Fee Baby ain't doing her job.
You know, I do always be slacking. Is this diet strawberry lemonade something? Something's real diet.
It is less sugar, yes.
God
you should
damn
always
it.
know that.
God damn it.
What?
I'm like, this shit tastes real diety.
It still has sugar in it.
No, I don't. This is Splenda.
It's 25% less sugar.
And it's 75% Splenda.
We.
I could just.
There's actually a kind that has like no sugar or like something else like that. This is only 25%. I got it for my son, so I don't really drink it, but yeah. I tried to drink some the other day when I mixed
10 out of 10 would not recommend.
You don't like it? When I made it with the mixture, it was pretty good.
Yeah, because it was like a little splash.
Oh no, I poured a bit in there.
Yeah, no,
that with some tequila, some vodka.
You really been talking about bartender stuff here lately, huh?
But I just be mixing. I'm not a person that looks at it or measures it. It's just my eyes are my measuring. I say, woo, that's good. No, we need more tequila.
That was dangerous last time.
For you, not for me, it was regular.
Ooh.
It was regular. And sometimes I'm like, damn, am I alcoholic? But then I realize, no, I'm not.
Who's going to judge me? Who's going to check me?
And if I am, I'm functional. I still want to go for work. Oh my goodness. That's funny. Anyways.
How was your weekend? How was your week? How have you been?
Weekend. Friday, hung out with your ass.
Oh, yes.
I was like, what did I do Friday?
And we had some +1s to our hangout.
Yes. My puppy met her doggy, and it was interesting. I think they enjoyed it, but my doggy is just hyper all the fucking time.
Yes.
He does not like to chill. Like, her dog was chilling for a bit, and my dog said, no, play.
Kept her steadily in the play mode.
Basically, the whole play mode the whole time. And I'm just like, bro, chill. Everybody relax. We're all chill. He's like, no, I want to play. So I think I just need to get him out there with more dogs. But I'll just be so scared of dogs that people I don't know, like trying to do play dates, because I feel like he, with yours is different. But with somebody else, I don't need him trying to just
I've been debating.
Fuck him up.
I went to so for the most part, Luna's temperament has been very good with every dog that she met.
Mm-hmm.
And I took her, I was walking past Sandy Bottom Trail, and they have a dog park there.
Mm-hmm.
I've really been thinking about, what if I just take her there?
Yeah.
Like, how do people know their dog's going to behave well at a dog park? Do they just take them there and hope for the best?
I have not. I've never been to one.
Because there were like quite a few dogs there, and they were all, there's only been one situation where I didn't see it work out too well. But otherwise, they're usually, I think after they split them up, they let them go back and run around, and they were fine.
Mm-hmm.
But usually, they just out there playing. And I would love for that. I would love to just take Luna and just let her loose. And I don't know, sometimes your anxiousness can go into the doggy.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe we could plan a date to do that.
They'd be like, no, Luna is a child. Like, get back here.
Facts. T'Challa. Listen to me now. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Lately, I feel like he just don't be wanting to listen, and that should be pissing me off.
He's going through his rambunctious teenage years. Get the shit out of me. That man is scary.
My doggy just popped up in the window. He outside on the patio, and
I was like, "Yo, what, Velvet? Do you see what's outside your window? Is that okay?" It's just his ass.
It's just him. Like, what's happening? What are y'all doing? I hear laughter. Why am I not involved?
Maybe we need to just go out on a whim of faith and just do that one day.
Yeah, we could probably. Yeah, let's just plan that.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll start off with getting. Maybe we can get retractable leashes. and start off going into the dog part with them on the retractable leashes. And then once we, seek it out and feel comfortable, we can let them off of it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. His collar gonna be on. I haven't put him on it for a while. He made me run after him, or I don't know why I say run after him, because I absolutely didn't.
Because you definitely didn't. I didn't hear you losing any breath on the phone.
No, I'm talking about a different the other day.
Oh my gosh!
Because when we went to the so it happens only when my neighbor's dog is out. So when it's just me and him, like when I left, he wasn't on there. I said go to the car. He went to the car, opened the door, he got in. Bam. So I didn't see the dog when I pulled up. He was very quiet. The neighbor's dog usually isn't. So I looked and I didn't see him. I was like, all right, because otherwise I was going to tote his ass in. I didn't see him. Literally open the door for T'Challa. All you hear is, Rah! T'Challa zooms right over to him. So I'm trying to grab him and he just flies down the street. And I said, I'm going 2 houses. That's what I'm saying to myself. 2 houses. If I don't get you out of 2 houses, I'm going back home. So I go and I even have like a piece of candy, right? And I almost had his ass, but then the dog barked again, and he flew. And I was like, Mama! So, yeah. He just, it's like at that point, he doesn't want to listen. It's like, oh no, this is playtime. No, sir, bring your ass back.
Yeah.
So I left him again and walked my ass right back home. And his ass walked his ass right back home.
Like, oh, you're not playing no more?
Yeah,
all right.
I don't have time. No, sir, I'm not running after you in these streets. I hope your ass don't get ran over. I'm not. I am not running after you in these streets. It's too much. I can't run as fast as you. It's just me running out of breath for no reason. You down 10 houses. I'm still on house 2. No, I'm good. It's good. He knows we're talking about him because he keep looking in the window. I'm weak.
It's okay. That was Friday. We had a nice little... Well, what did we do?
We just ate and chilled, and we watched Medea.
Oh, yeah. Medea's Homecoming?
Yeah, we watched Medea and chill. We ate at a new spot. Oh, I wish I could remember the name of it.
Ooh, that's... So, let's kind of let the listeners know how this unfolded.
Yeah.
Because I'd be curious about how other people would have perceived the situation and if they would have gone in the same way that we did.
Okay, go ahead.
So how'd you find the place first?
On Google, I typed in seafood.
And this place had popped up, looked real good, had good reviews.
Yes.
So Velvet called it in, went to go get it, and I get a phone call. She goes, Fee, baby, I just pulled up to this place and it's a house. It's not a restaurant. She goes, but there's people outside.
There was people. Like there was one that was waiting in the car, just got their food, and then I pulled up, and then like 3-4 more cars pulled up after me, and they were like, "Is this where the food is?" So I think all of us were new. I don't know if the person that was there before us was new, but also new because they all asked me, and I was like, "Yeah, I've never been here, but this is where the food is." So I think at that point I felt more comfortable because at first I was just like, is this really somebody's house? But you already know I had something on me just in case. But always prepared just in case. But I just was like, all right. And then so I called the lady and was like, hey, I'm outside, I think. And she said, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay. And so the first thing was with me is there are certain places that, they call like, what is it? Not rundowns, but like the hole in the wall. And you're like, I'll go here because they say the food is great, which a lot of those places are, but it looks not desirable. So, but from a home, it's the opposite. Well, it's not the opposite. The food should be bomb too, but the place also needs to look desirable because I'm not. Right. Because that's your home. That means it's the whole thing. So you understand me? I'm scoping. I'm looking. And that was after I called you because depending upon what you said was going to depend upon what I did next. If you said, nah, I would have bounced. Since you said yes, I scoped more just in case I decided to change my mind.
She's the one who got eyes. She's calling me. I was like, I mean, if it's got multiple reviews, people have verified it. I mean, you can only do so much with reviews because some people can pay to do reviews. Some people can do it themselves. But people have gone, they've authenticated it. And, some people just trying to get it up and start off there.
And then, exactly. Yeah. Nothing wrong with it. It happened. So I was scoping around. Neighborhood was good. The house beside it was gorgeous. Like, bitch, I was like, God damn, that's a nice house. Her house was cool, was not, it did not look nasty. I was looking around, I don't like bugs. I was looking, and I didn't see none of that. She came out, was very nice, and she handed me the stuff, and we talked for like a moment, and then I left, and the food was good.
It
Like,
was. It was really good.
The food was.
It was a little bit saltier.
So I didn't have the boil,
that's right.
so I don't know how but mine wasn't because I had the steak. So what I had was, I guess, like a
surf and turf type.
Yeah, surf. I can't remember what it's called, but I think it was surf and turf, but something else after it. But it was steak, crab legs, shrimp, a potato, and broccoli and cheese. So that's a lot of fucking food.
Yeah.
And the steak was good. Fee Baby loved it.
It was really good.
It wasn't hard because it was well done. And it was not like a lot of people can't cook well done steaks where it's not like you biting into a fucking rock.
Yeah.
But this was actually, it was good. It was tender. The potato was good. The broccoli and cheese was good. The shrimp was busting. And the shrimp already had the shell off except for the tail.
Yes.
So that right there that gave me a plus right there because I was like, I got to do all this work.
Exactly.
Especially because we were drinking. We're like, fuck, this is too much. And the crab was good. Like, I didn't have a problem with it. So I actually really enjoyed it. I didn't really get the saltiness, like I said, because I didn't get the boil. So I don't know what that was. But, yeah.
I'm really loving these last couple. I wasn't a fan of the sausage at the last place that we went to. But I'm really loving the big-ass potatoes that I've been the last two places that we tried. I'm really loving these goddamn baseball-sized potatoes. It's just so much different versus, like, the smaller spuds. I feel like the tenderness of the potato is so different.
Yeah.
It's so much more, like, softer with the way they cook it.
That shit was just peeling apart.
And it just goes all the way through it. It's just, them big-ass potatoes just hit differently than little spuds.
Yeah. So, it was delicious, and I was very glad that we went through it. So yeah,
and they were pretty good. Like even their add-on prices were good. It was like $1 for more potatoes.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah. I think our entire order because you got to go surf and turf. I got mine. Mine was like and two desserts. I think mine was like a pound of shrimp, and then I added sausage and an extra potato. And it already came with corn and potatoes. 70 something.
Yeah, we paid that
for a boil place.
Yeah, we definitely pay we be paying that like some crazy ass shit. And it was a lot of food, though. It was a good amount of food. And I had leftovers, so I fucked them up the next day. But, so yeah, very excited about that. Friday night, we watched Medea. That was cool. Saturday, I went to this event with another friend, and that was cool. It was, I don't know what it was called, actually. But basically, it was like edibles and...
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, because I think she sent it too. Yeah, because I'm the one that actually sent it to her because it's in her area. And I was like, oh, you would like this. And she said, oh, we going? And I was like, well, fuck it. I guess we is.
The taste buds?
Yes, the taste buds. And basically, it was like edibles. They had different drinks. They had...
Oh, that's funny. Their tagline under it says high quality cuisines.
Yeah.
Ha!
The ha, though.
Wait, they were a pop-up? Because it says at Virginia Beach Winery. So were they a pop-up there?
Yeah, I'm quite sure.
Oh, taste buds and smoke up, wind down. Wait. Oh, no.
That's the name of it, I think.
Taste buds and...
Yeah, smoke up, wind down was the name of it. Like the event.
Flower to... What?
What is you reading, bro?
No, look. It says the taste buds and flower to table edibles.
Yes.
Okay. And then they had
Present, smoke up, wind down. So they had wines. And they even had like slushies that was infused with wine. And then you can actually get it hit with, I forgot what they called it. But basically you get it hit with some ganja or something. And so that was cool.
Get some chicken wings like from P-Valley.
Yeah.
A little murder wasn't in there.
A little murder, yeah. So they had different foods and you can get them regular or you can get them infused. That was the word I was looking for. Infused drinks. And so you could do that. They also had like, you know, when you have chronic pain, things of that nature, they had the creams to help out. Yes, they had the creams for that. Because actually one of my friends, she, her sister, I think makes it. Or she said, I'm trying to remember, but she, it was pretty good. I love the cream, and so that is helpful, like I said, with like pain. So there was different kinds of that. They had regular edibles. They had shrooms, regular shrooms, and then candy infused shroom. Yes.
I didn't realize that shrooms were able to be sold like recreationally and publicly. I mean, I would assume because they were at like an actual establishment that they have licenses to be able to sell those. I would think, but
I would believe so as well.
I didn't realize that you were able to sell those legally. I'm only because, for one, no one ever talks about it much, shrooms much. Yeah. For some reason, I thought that was still something. That's interesting, though, shrooms.
Yeah, so it was a cool event. It was very relaxed, laid back. There's a lot of people there. Everybody was just enjoying their time. Like, there was no fuss or none of that. Mm-hmm. So I really enjoyed it. I invited my sisters, and they came out with some of their people. And we all just had a good time, I would say, in relation to it. Like I said, the food, the drinks, all of it was cool. The environment was good. And I was like, I would go back just because it was just so relaxing.
Ooh. What part of Virginia Beach was this? The Strip or?
No, off of Lynn Haven.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had, because it was a place called the Virginia Beach Winery. I didn't realize they had something interesting.
Yeah, it was literally, I'm trying to think what it's by. I feel like we went maybe over there, but it's literally off of Lynn Haven.
Okay.
Right down the street from the mall. So it was pretty cool. And then Sunday, I just chilled. I attempted to put up my blinds, but I got the wrong size.
Oh, poor baby.
So I have to go do that again. And I was like, I'm going to do that today. I said it yesterday, didn't do it. And then I was like, I have the podcast today. I guess I ain't going to do it today. So I really need to put them up because I just don't like looking and feeling like people looking at me. Especially because in the middle of the night, depending on what I'm wearing, I just walk in the kitchen.
All eyes on you.
All eyes on me, you heard. Mm-hmm. Well, at least they're looking at something good.
Tell me something good, girl. Tell me something good.
But, yeah, it was pretty good. How was your weekend?
It was good. Friday, he said I was with you. Saturday, I spent some time with one of my sisters. Mm-hmm. We got a good workout.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Did some mixed fit for our workout in the morning.
Ooh, how was that?
It was good. We've done it a couple times, but that stuff really gets your heart pumping. You really got to get your breathing right for that stuff.
You were breathing hard, huh?
Mm-hmm. Then we went and ate. Where did we go eat? Because wherever it was, I remember I was full afterwards, and I had a pee real bad afterwards.
I'm weak, bitch.
Where did we go to eat?
You had to pay.
Yes, I had to pay. Where the hell did I go? You know what? If I had to think of it, it's not coming to me. Where the hell did I go?
Where did you go?
No, we tried a new place. Hold on, let me look at my list of places, because we tried a place off my list. Let me see what that place would have been. Oh, I think it's Rock's Raw Bar and Grill.
Rock, where's that at?
ROUX, Raw Bar and Grill. It's in Hampton. I had seen a couple people, I believe, had posted it, and it looked like a very vibey place. So we went there, opened it up, and one, you can tell this is a nightlife place. Like, they had some loud ass music playing when we went inside, like to the point that you couldn't
have a conversation
at all.
Dang,
but also, mind you, there were no customers there; they were there by themselves. Mm-hmm. So when they realized we came in there, the music turned down a bit, and they actually changed the type of music they were playing. So it was just me and my sister there. Mm-hmm. They were playing rap at first, and then they started playing R&B, which I liked a lot. Mm-hmm. They're kind of a New Orleans type restaurant.
Okay, I love that.
Mm-hmm. We got these, and I believe, I'm not mistaken, we met the owner when we went there. Yeah, and he was the person who took care of us. And we went for brunch. We both got chicken and waffles.
Okay, how was that?
He goes, so it's supposed to be with like chicken breast, but he was like, we're all out of breast. All we have are wings. Is wings fine? I'm like, we'll take wings. Now I was thinking like full like wings, but they ended up being like the wingettes, yeah. Mm-hmm. But when I tell you, baby, so good. The spices, the crisp, and you didn't have to ask, because I didn't realize what type of wings they were, I didn't ask them to be fried hard. They were fried to crispy perfection.
Really?
Juicy on the inside. And I've never seen it came with a side of fruit, came with some bacon.
It was bussin'.
And then it had this like berry infused syrup on the side with like regular syrup. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was so good. Now, what I will say is that I couldn't go there to drink. All the prices was like outrageous for drinks. That will be one thing. I think like I was seeing like minimum $20 for drinks.
$20.
$20.
What? How
Girl.
big was the drink?
Child, it was expensive. I got me a mimosa.
How much was a mimosa?
I think like $6.
Oh, that's not
$6.
bad.
But everything else, all their mixed drinks was like damn near $20 each. But the food was really good. The experience was, his service was really good. We also had some catfish bites. Oh, that was bomb too. Oh, that catfish was delicious. And everything is literally made to order. So,
I love
you have
like that.
you have a nice little wait, but like the little
It's
ambiance,
fresh.
yeah. But you can just tell like it's a nightlife place. At that point, he started like bringing out, hookahs that they clean. So it's definitely like a vibey bar nightlife. Definitely, that place seemed really nice. Apparently, we can't drink there.
Well, we
can
can
find out the size of their drinks.
Yeah,
but it was very,
unless
very
they're pouring
nice.
just straight liquor,
Right?
For $20, I just need the bottle.
Yeah. But and it's funny too because I almost thought that maybe the place had closed and I just couldn't figure it out off Google because when you go there, it's in a shopping plaza and they don't have a sign on the actual building. They don't have the sign. So in this complex, there are multiple vacant locations. So I was like, damn, they must have closed down. So Mercedes was driving my sister and I was like, you know what? Let me just look at which one this was. I see the address. Let's take a look. Let's ride past. And they actually just have a sticker on the door. They don't have a sign. So if you was
drunk or something, you missing that baby.
Yes. And what's crazy, it was very interesting. Before we left, these two cowboy gentlemen walk into the restaurant. Like when I mean cowboy, I mean they're wearing cowboy hats and come in and sit down. I said, okay. I was very impressed by the fact that it looked like can't judge a book by its cover, but the atmosphere didn't seem very them. They still sat down and ate.
Yeah.
Fuck with it.
Yeah.
Fuck with it hardcore. So that's the only place out here that I've seen that seems to have like kind of New Orleans food.
And I love that.
Yeah, so that was good. And then afterwards, went to Home Depot. I picked up 2 more plants to add. One is Ruby.
And one is my name, right?
Oh, that's right. The next one I got is you.
Bitch, that's not what you did, though.
No, it's not. The other one's Princessa.
Take it away.
It's a cousin of Prince. So her name is Princessa.
Take it away.
Take it away. I be forgetting.
Is Ruby from the show? Or just because you like the name Ruby?
She's red.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a very pretty red flower that has like reflective properties on it. Very nice. And then I went home and I repotted 3 plants. That. You said, what about that entails? It was I've been very scared to repot plants only because I don't want to kill them. I was very scared with putting them back into the soil, making sure they're rooted properly and that they're kind of solid in their foundation. So I was like, okay, I can't keep being scared of doing it. I just have to do it. And if I mess up, I'll learn from the mistake. I have too many plants not to know how to repot my plants. So I was coming up, some of them usually around a year they should be repotted. One, to make sure the nutrients in their soil is still good because if not, they drain all the nutrients from the soil and they'll die. But also, depending on the type of plant, they need to go into a bigger pot because their roots are outgrowing. So for the most part, I was pretty successful with taking and getting all the old dirt off the roots, which is pretty difficult because each plant's a little bit different as far as how their roots grow, and getting into the orifices of where the dirt is without breaking the roots is kind of difficult. But one of my plants had so many roots that I had no idea how big it had gotten inside the pot. It literally was coiled at the bottom. And I had typically thought I was supposed to kind of dry out the soil to make it easier to take the dirt out. I actually found out they still the dirt still needs to hold some type of moisture so that the roots are still a little wet, because I found the roots were completely dry, and so I couldn't pull the roots down and take it apart away from the soil. So I had to wet the roots a bit. But it was I love the experience of repotting. It gave me a sense of calm, even though I went into it kind of very anxious and not wanting, because a lot of my plants, the 2 that I replanted, out of the 3 that I replanted, 2 of them are like the first ones I've ever bought.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I've had these the longest. They've been like my ride or dies. I don't want to kill them. And then the other one is like, it's also kind of weird the way it grows. It grows at an angle, so not straight up.
Mm-hmm.
So like it kind of has like a balancing that it does. And I was like, how the fuck am I going to replant this and make sure it still leans the way it's supposed to? But it ended up being very therapeutic.
Well,
I enjoyed it a lot. And I kind of wanted to repot others, but I'm like, the other ones aren't ready to be repotted. Let me not.
Just fuck them shits up.
Right. Let me not just do it just for the sake of doing it. So, and then Sunday I pretty much chilled. Was a really nice weather weekend. Spent as much of it outside as I could. Walked the trail, walked the dog. Sunday was really just chilling, just in the house, just relaxing.
Yeah.
Honestly. So yeah.
Sounds like we had some good weekends. Hopefully y'all lovelies out there did too. Enjoyed your weekend. You know, if you had a boo, enjoyed it with the boo skis. If you got children, enjoyed it with them. Enjoyed whatever weather you had, wherever you are. Hopefully it was good. I think our weather was pretty good on one day, and I think the other day it wasn't.
No, all days it was beautiful. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday it was nice.
I can't recall.
And
I know Sunday
Monday.
I went for a walk with T'Challa, and that was wonderful. We had a blast. I don't recall Saturday.
Yeah, we had a really good weather weekend. Like it was to the point that for me, a jacket was making me sweaty. Like I had to wear short sleeves.
Well, you know me, I'm cold all the goddamn time. So
yeah.
I wore a jacket Saturday night, but that was also because it was night, and I was like, well, fuck, I'm in Virginia Beach, so you never know there.
Makes sense.
You never know there. But, so yeah, I think we had a good weekend. Like I said, hopefully y'all did too, but I guess we'll go ahead and jump into it. What are we talking about today?
So I wanted to start off with when women get into relationships, I don't necessarily hear this so much as the male perspective, but women a lot of times look for project men. Ooh! Like wanting to fix them, or if they see like certain red flags, they feel like they can change those. Or if they understand the man struggling with something, they want to help them. They want to make them be a better person. And two relationships that kind of like played out publicly that I thought were relevant to talk about. One being Kim Kardashian, in the last two relationships she recently had. So, you know, her and Kanye West. And Kanye was very publicly known to have dealt with mental illness prior to her involving herself with him. And I feel like she tried very hard to, you know, be that advocate for him and do better and X, Y, Z. And ultimately, it sounds like from her perspective, it's the mental health as to what deteriorated their marriage. So she goes with being with Kanye West, who is diagnosed bipolar. And I believe there may be other underlying things as well, but at least bipolar is something that we know, to then going and getting in a relationship with Pete Davidson, who has publicly struggled a lot with his mental illness. And there's nothing wrong with being in a relationship with anyone, because people who, you know, deal with mental illness are differently abled mentally. They're able to lead successful relationships and, you know, operate in life. But it seems sometimes that women want to be with men who are still in that process of figuring out and getting to what their routine is going to be, and whether that's balancing, you know, mind, body, wellness, all that. And they try to, as you were mentioning, like fix it. Try to help find the solution or be the solution, or think they can be this incredible woman and that's going to change what they're going through, or it's going to make it better, without actually addressing what needs to happen, and also understanding that's a decision that they have to make.
Yes.
Also recently, Delicious and Raymond Santana have announced that they are going and heading for a divorce.
I think I saw something about that.
And Delicious pretty much accused him of being like a habitual cheater. Now, mind you, obviously, as most relationships that play out over social media, they only show you the parts they want you to see.
Correct.
Because they were giving a full, altogether front.
For a while.
Oh, absolutely. Even up until recently, I remember watching an 85 South interview that they did together. And they were still holding that front down very sternly. But also addressing traumas that he's gone through in his own life.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, he's gone through a lot himself. And just to think being a good woman or being a good partner as a whole is going to
change and assist them. And,
yeah.
Yep.
Or give what's needed in order for them to be able to better manage the symptoms of what they have going on.
But really the only person that can do that is themselves.
Yeah. And the change, the difference is, Kim Kardashian, her partners, that's, differently abled mentally, or mental disorders, mental illness, however you want to label it. Whereas, and I'm sure there's things come from Raymond Santana's experiences that manifested mentally, but those are also traumas that he's gone through.
And that's something he has to be worked through.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's going to be continuous for him because he spent so much time
in the system,
in the adult system.
Mm-hmm.
Again, for a crime he didn't commit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something that is going to be continuous. And that's not to say maybe he's not dealing with those, but those things can manifest
at any point,
at any point, in any way.
Yeah.
So, again, you are not the answer to somebody else's problems, or not even problems, or just what they have going through, or what they're battling.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that a lot of people have this savior complex, and it just does not favor them in the end.
I think that it's mainly women. Mm-hmm. I don't think that I've seen many men that had that savior complex. Mm-hmm. It's definitely women. And I was one of those women previously. Mm-hmm. I definitely was like, well, I know that, if I'm this supporter, X, Y, and Z, this will work. It doesn't. Mm-hmm. And it's not.
Right.
Like we talked about before, a person, whether it's mental illness or anything else, a person's going to change for what they want and who they want. But if there's mental illness involved in it, then that's a whole other thing, and that's something they have to work through. You can be a supporter. Doesn't mean you need to be in a relationship with them.
Right.
It doesn't mean you need to turn your back on them. You can absolutely still support them, make sure that you're there for them if they need someone to talk to, whatever it may be. But that also doesn't mean that you need to just give up because a lot of women that have that savior complex feel like they give up a lot of themselves to assist and be there for that other person that's going through those things. And it's never a good idea. It doesn't work. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help them. And it's just a pointless effort.
Yeah, and it's kind of a situation that you start building a narrative in your mind at that point, and you end up damaging yourself because you're trying to be the change for someone else, whether or not they are or are not ready, or do not want to do what you're telling them to. And so at that point,
you get frustrated as fuck. Yeah. Like, why don't you just listen to me? I'm trying to help you. They're going through things that you probably have never even gone through.
It also makes you start putting things on other people that aren't true.
Yeah.
Like start generalizing people or becoming kind of scorned by your experience.
Yeah.
But it's something that you kind of created for yourself with, again, trying to be that savior complex.
Yeah. I wish them all the luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. A habitual cheater. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not even sure. I definitely feel like those are absolutely two separate things. Kim Kardashian and, Kanye and him. Kanye absolutely has a bunch of different mental illnesses. Mm-hmm. Bipolar is probably one of them. And there's also probably some PTSD, but Raymond would also have the PTSD.
Absolutely.
From his experiences. And his trauma that's something I don't even know. Like, not something I would ever want to go through. And like I said, I could be there for him, but I don't know if that's something that's ever going to pass.
Yeah.
So that's also something you have to realize as a woman or a significant other trying to be with someone that's been through that much trauma. Like,
yeah,
can you even? Mm-hmm. And you have to realize of what you're going to deal with. Like, in the long run, it's a lot. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of stress on yourself.
Yeah.
So I pray for him, and hopefully whatever is supposed to happen, happens. And is Kim still with Pete?
Yeah. Okay. As of recently, they are said to still be together. So
that's just such an interesting couple to me.
He stayed pulling people, so it's not interesting to me. I've seen him pull like top actresses.
It gotta be his dime.
That's what I've heard.
It gotta be, and he probably eats them wine. Mm-hmm. You heard? Mm-hmm. He eat them wine and beat the wine. He be beating it up and eating it up. Amen. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's the title. Beating it up and eating it up.
There you
Amen.
go. Beating it up and eating it up.
Amen, amen, amen. It be the ones. It be the interested ones.
It be the humble ones. The one who just stay in their little
So that's the
little
ones
pocket.
I need to find. Is that what you're saying?
Just find the ones
Let me
that's
find
in their
one
own
in
little
the
pocket.
Okay.
Little humble man, yeah. That'll get you somewhere.
Okay, let me go ahead. Let me search.
Error.
I hate you so much. How dare you?
Error.
But facts. All errors over here, apparently. Oh my goodness. But we talked about last week the Tinder Swindler.
What update you got?
So it's an update that Fee found.
I mean, I always put the itinerary together.
Yeah,
but,
you
know. We gotta
know.
tell them that. We can act like you discovered it.
So I discovered. They already know. It ain't me. But basically, the family that he was pretending to be a part of is now suing his ass.
We should have seen this coming a mile away.
Facts, because I would sue his ass too. Hold on, you gonna put my name up in that bitch?
Exactly, because he was acting like people were coming after him because he was in it, acting like the diamond company was a dangerous business, which, I mean, obviously it very well could be.
If you ever
but you
seen
keep
that
those
movie.
things under wraps. Blood diamond, yeah. But as long as you keep the shit under wraps, then, you know, you got to keep the facade.
Facts. But he said, nah, fuck it, I want the money. And that's how he swindled all them women's out their money. And so they suing him, and I wonder how that's going to go.
Child.
Stay
tuned.
You should use a fake. Well, I guess you couldn't because people was looking you up.
Yeah.
Well, he could have created a whole thing. There's some people out in the world.
To be continued.
That's crazy. I just am still shocked at how many people. I'm going to tell you right now, I wish a motherfucker would. Oh my God, someone's coming after me. Damn, that's crazy. I don't know you like that.
Exactly.
And even my best friend, if he came to me and was like, hey, I need $100,000, you know, take out a loan for, I need more information.
I don't think you ever have to come to me for that type of money.
Yes, one, you know not to come to me for that type of money.
Right.
Why am I take out a loan, nigga? Like, that's exactly what I would say to him. Why am I going to take out a loan? No.
Absolutely not.
Would I bail my best friend out? Depending upon the money, yes. But I don't got that much money. I'm not balling like that. I'm not balling like that. I wish, you know, if we get a bunch of followers, maybe we could make some money on this. But I ain't balling like that. I'm out here doing my humble job Monday through Friday, just like everybody else. That's crazy. I hope them people get their monies back. It doesn't seem like it's something that's gonna happen, but
Yep. So, on to other things being asked for. Joe Biden, why are you pushing to end the work at home crew?
Well, my job period is work at home, so.
But like, who said this? My job is already trying to make me go into the office more days. I don't need Joe Biden giving them ammo to make me come into the office more days.
Correct.
Who asked for this?
I don't
Cancel
know.
student loans, cancel my
And
credit
shut
card
up.
debt.
Fact.
Give me $50,000 towards my home loan. If we're not talking about that, what are we talking about?
Right. And I don't even give a fuck about the home loan and the and the other thing. Cancel my student debt. Cancel my student debt.
See, I'm rooting for you, sis. I don't have those, so I ain't got a dog in the fight.
Here you go to cancel your credit. It ain't happening.
It's a loan that I have to take out. It's money that I have to take out.
It's not the same. It's not
Whatever. I ain't trying to hear it.
Education should be free. We all supposed to
Who
learn.
the fuck asked for that? No one asked you to push to make people go back into the office. Nobody fucking asked for
the
this.
COVID.
No one asked for this shit.
Absolutely not. Well, I'm glad I don't have to go to office. Oh my God, what's my job say? Well, you got to move here.
Child, they do that. They be telling people to relocate, and if not, I'll give you severance.
I guess I'm getting severance. I ain't moving to fucking Chicago. My son in Chicago school.
Oh, I would not recommend that for you in your life.
Absolutely not. There are certain areas in the world that I already know. Off top, it's a no.
Yeah.
California is number 1 on the list. New York is number 2. Number 3 is Chicago. Number 2 and number 3 could.
Number 1 and 2 were a state. Number 3 was a fucking city.
Yeah. The whole area. But yeah, Chicago is just the one that comes to mind. But yeah, not saying it's bad. It's just I know my son, and it's a no. California all top, just no.
Get so lost in the sauce.
Ooh, negative. It's a no for me. It's a no. Unless he can go to one of them really rich schools. And even then, it's still a no. I just don't foresee it. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. So yeah, anybody else for this? So I'm gonna
He
go
just
ahead and
mind his
start
own
pushing
goddamn
this.
business. Damn.
Now, what is long overdue and what was passed finally after 200
tries.
failed, not tries, failed attempts
The anti-lynching bill that has to deal with black people.
was passed
Mm-hmm.
and will be signed into law by Biden shortly.
Will it though?
It will, because that's just the
Mm-hmm. It will
that's
get
the
lost
order
in
of
some
things that has
papers.
to be signed into. He doesn't have a choice.
Unless the paper's lost and they have to go through it again.
No. Mm-mm. But
I don't believe it until I see it.
It has finally been passed by the Senate.
That's crazy. It took 200 tries. But other bills can just go through real quick.
And what is so, like, it just sounds like a clear cut, like,
Why you want people to?
why would you not pass this?
Because it's about black people, woman.
Absolutely. But I mean, because there were definitely people who walked out, Republicans, over the decision being finalized.
That's stupid as fuck. So, nope, keep it. Woo.
But I'm interested to see. I need to look up more into the Anti-Lynching Act. One, because about a year or so ago, there was a trend in, if I recall, it was more black males that were, quote, air quotes, hanging themselves.
You talking about the one that was found?
There were multiple.
That was in California.
Yeah, he wasn't the only one. There was at least one or two others I recall hearing in the media.
He did not hang himself.
Hanging himself from a tree.
Nobody's hanging himself from no goddamn
tree. And
tree.
so hopefully with this anti-lynching bill being passed, when things like that happen, it's going to be more resources put behind it into looking into what actually occurred.
It won't. Because they'll just say that it was suicide.
Most likely so.
So,
nah. It's very
all I know is if a motherfucker try to lynch me, some of your DNA gonna be on some parts of my goddamn body. I don't know what that's about to be, but do you understand me?
Get that DNA up on them fingernails.
You understand? Bitch going out as a fight. Fuck you.
Like,
I don't get it. I don't understand why it took 200 failed attempts for it to pass. None of it makes sense, but also the government don't make sense. So there's that part.
That's true. That's true.
Until it benefits them. So I wonder why it's passed now. And maybe that's just my thinking, like, they never passed it until now. So why are they passing it? Has there been changes to it? And that's the reason they're passing it.
Or the amount of seats in the Senate that would allow for it to be passed, with the majority rule being potentially Democrat.
Possibly.
And I've been seeing, because of how far right Donald Trump laid, you had a lot more Republicans that were so put off by Trump, they started to lean more left because they were concerned to see how far the extreme side of the right is. So all of that could have accumulation. I would hope there's not in there for personal gain, but it is the government, and there's always something that has to benefit somebody to get something done. So
yes,
that's not above possibility.
Not at all. And like I said, until that shit is signed, I don't believe shit.
Right.
That bit signed and in the papers, I don't believe shit. I need it signed on a dotted line. But yeah, I don't understand why he just, in relation to the go back to work, just mind your business, pass these acts and pass taking away my student loans and pass.
And pay towards my home loan.
I'm down with that too because I got one now.
I'm about to say, I can ask what I ask for. You can just tell me no, but I'm gonna ask for some shit.
Yeah. I want all of it. But if I had to choose one or the other, I'm gonna go with take away my student loans.
So selfish.
And then I could just have a zero. Oh my God, zero sounds so wonderful. Zero. Yeah, I realized that I was dumb when I was young. I should not take none of the loans. Bitch, I can't afford it. I can't afford it.
A lot of people think that or think back in retrospect. I know a lot of people who took them loans out, bought them cell phones, took them loans out, bought them clothes, food, cars. Some people, used it as needed to supplement income. But, there was a lot of decisions made with the loans. The loans were not strictly for
You
tuition.
fucking 18. What you about to do with that?
And they know better. They know it is a cash grab.
And then you come back owing thousands of dollars. Thousands. You don't get 1,000. It's thousands. I owe thousands of dollars.
I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah. I wish I had a job. Sometimes I think about just going to a job where I could stay there for 10 years and get the and pay for 10 years straight. But when I worked at 911, they didn't even do that program.
Oh yeah. Usually you have to be in the actual school system
Or government.
Oh.
Yeah, or city. Because my best friend, he can do it.
Oh, okay.
I think he only got a couple more years left.
Education part.
Yeah.
I mean, the people who I know who are doing it, they're in the education field. So I guess that's why I haven't heard.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
that.
usually government or city or something like that. So any of those type
Well,
jobs.
something that puts back into the community type.
Correct.
Deal. Gotcha.
So 911 puts back in the motherfucking community. Why the fuck can
what?
the community? Why the fuck? Cause I'd have been there 10 whole years stressing, but been out of fucking debt. Let me go ahead and pay this money. Oh, I got.
Were you considered a government employee?
No.
Oh, and that's fucking why. Were you considered a city employee?
Yes.
Oh.
But they still didn't do it.
Ah, damn it.
And so I said, well, what's the point of this then?
Yeah. Well, what we here for?
Why am I giving back to the community and I get nothing in return?
Big ass baby, shut up.
Man, student debt is a bitch, and I gotta start paying back that shit this month. Fuck yeah.
Oh, ew.
April, so next month.
Oh, ew.
Yes, so.
If y'all been good without these student loan payments for this long, y'all gonna continue to be alright. Y'all don't need these student loan payments. If y'all been surviving this long without it, because apparently can't nothing else in this fucking world operate with getting their monthly payments. So if you've been surviving for this long without them, I think you're Gucci.
But they ain't gonna do that.
Nah.
Even if you just want to take away 50%, I'd be happy. Then a bitch gonna work hard to get rid of that other 50. But if you're not taking away any, like legit, I'm gonna be paying for the rest of my life.
And I wonder how they're selecting the people who they are giving this student loan relief to, or paying these student debts of. Because they've talked about, like, you know, they've signed off for $10 million to be paid. And it's kind of like, well, who is getting these loans paid? Mm-hmm. How are they qualifying for it?
I think a lot of it is the public service one. A lot of them have.
I think that comes kind of first. Mm-hmm. Them taking care of those first
to make sure that they are paid. Because I was told today by a confidant that one of their people, she was like, I feel like I should be close to getting done. And then her job was like, well, we stopped doing that. She said, well, that's some bullshit. That ain't got shit to do with me. So apparently she wrote the president of something, and turns out that her job was fucking up, and they paid off her loans, the rest of her loans, and she was supposed to had been done like 2 years ago.
Oh shit!
And so they paid her back, and her monthly was like $600.
God damn, you gotta get 2 years of that bitch.
So that's 24 months times 600.
I mean, I know that was your money to begin with, but getting that back all at once, child, praise.
You know what I'm saying?
I need to do some math real quick. What's 24 times 6?
I don't even shouting.
4 times 6 is what? 24, 8. I lost it at a point. All right.
Bitch.
You're supposed to be good at math. What's that before I get to it? What is it? $14,400. I knew there was a 4 there, but it was the other number that was fucking me up.
14,000.
14,000. Wow. Congrats, sis.
Facts, but still, god damn.
That's crazy to think that's how much you're paying more towards your student loans than you are a car payment.
Yes.
That is partial mortgage.
Correct.
That is absolutely ridiculous. They take that much out of you per month. Correct. I could not imagine making payments that. I know that's reality for a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm very nervous. Because what I used to make is different than what I currently make, which means my thing gonna go up. So I don't even want to think about that anymore.
Actually. Okay. So I had a random thought, and I'm gonna do a little spin on it. I want to know what is the one snack.
Stacks, thousands of stacks. Mm-hmm.
What is the one snack you couldn't live without it being chocolate?
No, bitch, that's not what that says.
Chocolate can stay. What is the next snack you cannot live without? I'm gonna ask you to be specific. Like, you can't say just like.
That's hard because literally chocolate is the only thing that comes to my mind. I would really have to think about that. A snack, okay, that I could have. The only snack left in the world. What do I want? Legit chocolate is the only thing that comes to my mind. As long as I have that, we're in a happy place. There's like nothing else. It's like, oh, nothing. I even try to think of chips, and it's just not it. I'm trying to think of something, and it's not. I'm really. If I ice cream,
Okay.
I had to go with something, but that also contains chocolate. So, yeah.
I was going to ask you what flavor. Which one be chocolate? I hate it here.
But more specifically, I love chocolate and Oreos. Like chocolate Oreo ice cream.
God damn, you with the overkill bit.
With the chocolate?
Yes.
I love chocolate. So whenever I get a boo, if you ever listen to this, how to make me happy is
chocolate, chocolate, side of chocolate, extra chocolate.
Don't bring me no roses unless it's a chocolate rose.
I can't.
But yes, Oreo, chocolate, or if I'm feeling a little adventurous, strawberry cheesecake. But sometimes I put chocolate syrup on top of that. So.
Bitch, what? Oh my gosh. I don't think I realized how deep this runs with you.
Chocolate is a thing. Why you ask though?
I don't know. Just one of those just random questions. Just throw it in there randomly at you.
So what is yours?
I would say chips.
I would agree.
Chips. I love chips.
Yes.
I love me something about a plastic bag that opens up. It gives me some salty goodness.
Satisfaction. She opens and says,
exactly. Bitch, I'll get lost in a bag of chips. Don't fucking play with me.
But that's a fact.
I will eat a whole bag and not
especially got some good deal.
Yes. I would go to fucking town on a bag of chips, bro.
I'm weak. I should have known that guess. Yeah.
I should have asked you my guess.
Yeah, I definitely would have said chips.
Fucking chips. I love chips.
Yeah.
Sweets, I don't really bang to sweets like that. It's cool. I'll have a little bit of something.
Brownies, but that's about it.
Yeah, but even that's in moderation. I don't like a lot of brownie. I like a little, give me a little corner. I love me a good corner piece. After the corner piece is gone, I'm good. Yeah, I don't really bang with sweets like that. Chips, that's like any chips. I like all the chips, especially spicy. Anything spicy, fuck with it hardcore. Bitch, when I tell you, so look, right? I tried Takis one time, and I was like, oh my god, who enjoys this? Why the last month I bought like 3 or 4 bags and just like killed them shits. I said, bitch, my ass is about to be on fire.
Legit.
You hear me? Fire. My insides are about to be outsides, and I'm about to be shitting fire. What is wrong with you?
They were not tasteful.
At first, I didn't think so. The first time, I was like, these don't have...
My niece fucking loves them. I just could not. Like, I tried it, and I was like, it's not doing what it needs to do.
I don't want to be these teenagers that end up in the hospital because they eating too many Takis.
Well, your ass is. You bought 3
I
damn bags.
I stopped. I said, girl, you got to cut it out because I'll put a whole bag of them shits away.
That's
no problem.
So, for you, if I had to choose something other than chocolate, but if I was saying chips, it would be my Red Hot chips.
Yes.
I fuck some shit.
I fuck my face. So it's real difficult between 2 different types of chips for me. Either jalapeno kettle cooked or the flaming hot munchies. I love the flaming hot munchies. And when I say munchies, I know they're like pork skin munchies. I'm referring to the variety bag that has
like a bunch of different shit in like pretzels and all that shit.
That has the pretzels, that has the Sayin chips, that has the Doritos, that has the hot Cheetos. Love it. And I can't find it in just any place. So if I'm in a store, stores usually carry the cheese mix. Fucking disgusting. If I see a fire hot mix or a flaming hot mix, I'm getting that bitch. I don't give a fuck if I want it right then and not. I'm getting that bitch. Because I rarely find them in stores.
Interesting.
Fucking love
Never had it. I've never been one of those people that like a mixture of stuff. Like I used to hate Chex Mix shit or whatever when they had like the M&Ms and then the pretzels and the y'all. If y'all can see my face, the disgust.
with
when I'm
chips.
talking about it. Like it was just.
I used to make my own concoctions. I used to get like the Flamin' Hot Cheetos and the jalapeno Cheetos, put them together. I used to make my own little
And
concoctions back in the day.
I don't like Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Oh. Now
Yeah.
I will choose Chester's hot
Ooh,
fries.
fries. I knew you
Chester's
talking about. When you
is
said
shit.
Chester's, I already knew off bat. I used to fuck them shits up. You hear?
Child.
Fuck them shits up.
Yes. Them with some nacho cheese. Oh.
I'm weak. But what my favorite, so we said outside of chocolate, so I guess I do have an answer.
Uh-huh.
So now we're talking about chips.
Uh-huh.
If it's an actual snack,
Mm-hmm.
it is going to be my flaming, not my flaming, not even talking about flaming,
Child.
but my red hot chips with cheese.
Ooh.
That's my snack. Like that, I don't know why.
I don't just about anything with
And
nacho cheese dip. Child.
And it fucking, but I be fucking that shit up.
That Blanco dip is be hitting too.
Oh,
That
yeah.
white queso dip?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that shit too.
I think I maybe had it one time when I made some nachos.
I love that shit to the moon and back.
Yeah. Now you're trying to make me have some nachos. Fuck you.
Child.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
I cannot.
Chips on chips on chips. I'll eat them things forever.
Yeah, no. And that's how I feel about chocolate.
I love chips.
Chocolate on chocolate on chocolate.
Hey.
Chocolate on chocolate on chocolate. I
What?
probably will eat some chocolate very soon. I almost brought some candy in here for me to snack on while we were doing
Oh my
this.
gosh.
But I am definitely addicted to chocolate.
You are. It's a problem.
I love chocolate. But it makes me so happy. Like when I'm in a bad mood, I say, you know what, let me go get a piece of chocolate. And it does something to me. It just makes me feel good. Especially the way it melts in my mouth. I'm like, yeah, that's it. I don't know why.
Girl.
When I'm at work and I'm annoyed,
You're
I just
literally
get a
in
piece of
relationship-
chocolate.
you're in a relationship with
Oh my
chocolate.
God, if a man could just be like chocolate and be there when I need it to be,
Like when your fingers off, babe.
the bitch no. If a man could be like chocolate, be there when I need him to be, melt in my mouth like I need him to.
Melt in my mouth when I need him to. All right. I heard what you did there. Not mad at it.
Anyways, I guess we're gonna go ahead and move on.
Oh yeah.
What are we talking about here?
So you love the Super Bowl halftime performance.
It was alright.
I don't feel like those are the words you used when we talked about it before. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I heard I.
It was
But
good.
there has been some information as to how and what made the Super Bowl halftime show possible.
Okay.
So Jay-Z had advocated not only to have all the performers that he wanted on the show to be on the show, but to also allow them to be authentically who they were. To not allow for them to be altered in appearance, lyrics, nothing like that. So and if they did, yep, and then he had said if these were not met, that he was going to be walking away from his partnership with the NFL.
So that was money.
Whose money?
NFL's money.
Oh yeah. They were going to walk away from the partnership. And I kind of thought this, especially when I saw Snoop Dogg in his blues. I was like, I wouldn't have expected this from the National Football League. This is interesting. But to know that behind the scenes, that was advocated for him to be authentically who he is. Like, that's part of who he is.
I don't think maybe I just I don't want to say see him so much, but I just think I didn't even really notice it that way. When you talk about it,
was black. Like, that performance was embodiment. A part of me was kind of like, oh wow, they're really
doing their thing. And that's what I said, like, okay, they're cool. But I just never thought like, obviously they wouldn't let them, but I just think maybe I was just excited. I don't know, but I just didn't even think too much into it.
Yeah, I was like, wow, it's like NFL allowed this. They didn't have any problem with the lyrics, the songs, the police music on there. None of that. Y'all just had issue. You know, Kaepernick was having issues with kneeling, but they now got people performing talking about fucking police.
Because Jay-Z brings money.
Well, yeah, but I mean, also there's a difference between having a partnership with Jay-Z, because that's all behind the scenes stuff, versus the very public an on display halftime show
Mhm.
where everyone who is supporting the NFL, I mean, they can choose to turn the channel for the halftime show, but
Correct.
they're directly faced, at least initially.
Mhm.
They want to like look initially just to be curious. They're confronted directly with what's on the screen.
Mhm.
So I just thought that was just very. It was different.
I'm happy that he did it.
Yeah.
I thought it was just, Snoop being Snoop. So I didn't think much of. Maybe that's just me. I just didn't think much of it. So I was like, that's Snoop. He probably just told him, if you want me to do the fucking halftime show, that's
No,
what
I think
I'm gonna
Snoop
do.
was actually considering not wearing his
really?
his colors. Yeah.
Oh.
Because he felt as if they were not going to allow him. So
Mhm.
he was going to kind of dilute who he is and his persona in
Mhm.
order to be able to be on. That's a huge
Platform.
It's a huge platform, huge area of opportunity, so much exposure.
Yeah.
So he was gonna, change parts of who he was in order to be able to be a part of that.
Mm.
And Jason was like, "Nah, fuck that. If we gonna do this, we gonna do this."
Do it. Well, I'm glad he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. So.
Mm-hmm.
I think I really just never thought too much into it.
Yeah.
Until you brought it up, and I was like, oh, okay, that does make sense. I just was like, it's Snoop Dogg, and sometimes he just don't be giving a fuck. So I just went with, he probably just didn't give a fuck.
Bobby Boucher.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he didn't give a fuck. So he said, whatever. But yeah. So I guess we're going to go ahead and hop into this lovely topic of the day. If someone you were in a relationship with, married to, etc., changed for someone else, giving someone else what you wanted from them, how would you feel?
That's tough because most things in this life people take personal and they internalize it. And it kind of ties into, the first piece that we discussed, wanting to fix people. Especially if this is someone who you began that relationship with, maybe not knowing some areas of opportunities that they had, and you later, find out either there's certain demons they're battling, certain traumas that are unresolved. You want to help be their advocate, and again, people take it on as their own to quote unquote fix, or think that they can give enough love and support for that person to change.
Yeah.
Without one understanding what they're going through isn't personal at all. But it's very difficult for the person who's with that individual to not internalize that. It's very difficult. And to see it be given to somebody else, it's even more difficult to not internalize. Because you're like, well, what didn't I give you? How was I not being supported? What are they doing for you that I didn't?
Correct.
And that's not the case. It's because it's not about you, right? But that's the issue with specifically our society, is that everything that happens we internalize. And it's such a me complex. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This is my journey, and it has to do with what space you allowed this person to be able for them to make the changes they wanted to. Is this something that they were trying to embark on because you were requiring it of them, and you're not allowing them to come to this themselves? I know in previous relationships, that's how I felt. Or I would think about it and I'd be like, this person didn't do this for me. How am I going to feel if I see them giving this to somebody else? I would automatically envision that. Like the moment that relationship stopped, I knew what they couldn't give me. But I was like, how am I going to feel if I see them give that to someone that they wouldn't, what I begged them for, they wouldn't give to me? And that's anything. This is not even like dealing with like traumas, mental illness, demons. This could be simple affection. This could be communication. This could be any number of those things. It's very hard not to internalize those things. It's very difficult. Again, you can hold the mirror to the person, but they're not ready to look at it.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. And so at that point, they're doing it for you and not for them, and that's for the wrong reasons. And that's where you tend to get pushed away.
Yeah.
How do you think you process those type of things?
Oh, I definitely would internalize it. There is no doubt about it. Over the years, I've definitely gotten better. However, I think it's harder when someone the only word that comes to mind right now is to be, um, pretends to be something that they. I'm trying to figure out the best words to say. When someone pretends to be something and then they really aren't that person, and then you're asking for them to be the person that they pretended to be, is the problem that I have. So and maybe it's just because I'm like, all right, well, you were this person I thought, but now you aren't anymore. Like you aren't anymore. So that really truly isn't you. And I just would want you to be who you truly are. And so that's where that lies for me. But that's, I guess, a whole other topic. But to answer the question at hand, I would definitely internalize it, and I would feel like, why couldn't you do that for me? But over the ages and growing and being an adult and maturing, I've had to realize that I can't force someone to do something they don't want to do. Number one. Number two, they're not going to do something for you. It has to be for themselves.
Yep.
And even if they get with, so if I'm with, I love Bob. So if I'm with Bob and Bob and me break up and I've been asking for X, Y, and Z, now he gets with Fee and he gives her X, Y, and Z. I'm obviously at some point, yes, I'm going to feel some type of way. Like we were together for whatever amount of time. Why couldn't I have gotten that? And, I felt like I was doing everything that you wanted. You kept saying, I want this type of woman, blah, blah, blah. Even though I was being my authentic self, I was doing those things. Why couldn't you give me what I needed? But it's just, we weren't meant to be together. It's the gist of it. Like, I could have loved him. He could have loved me. But the person is not going to change except for themselves. That's really the gist of it. And so you can't take it too hard at the beginning. Yes, you will. But you have to realize that if that person isn't meant for you, there's no point in really being super upset about it. At the beginning, you will. But you have to learn, all right, what did you learn from it is what I've had to understand.
Right.
What have I learned from that relationship or whatever ship it was? Did I learn, all right, well, I know what I can deal with, what I don't want to deal with, how to stop, being in those type of relationships, what are the red flags, X, Y, and Z. So I think you have to take everything as a lesson as well.
And even understanding when you are trying to have someone fit your narrative of what you want versus when you can see clear indications, maybe that's not who that person is.
Yeah.
And that even transcends romantic relationships. That's friendships.
Any shit.
That's also like relationship with parents.
Yeah.
You see a lot of times where either you have a very different relationship with your parents and your siblings do. Your parent treats your siblings different than how they raised you.
Yeah.
Or your parents treat your children, their grandchildren.
Oh, that's always going to be different.
Way different.
Yeah.
But it's also like, I feel like a lot of times parents see their parents, so the grandparents of their child, be way more patient with their grandchildren, way more understanding and empathetic than they were to them. But that's also, they're not dealing with the same pressures of being a parent versus a grandparent.
Yeah.
That's not their responsibility. They're able to provide and give love freely and not have the stresses of providing for that child. And they also may have learned from they're rearing you.
Correct.
So that just transcends all relationships, that you can't take it personal, because you can't be mad that your mom or father didn't give this to you but gave this to somebody else. They learned.
Yeah.
And they understood how to be better in those regards. And
Correct.
Every relationship, again, transcending just romantic, is different. And it's unique. And those will bring out, so not even just wanting to do better for yourself or better for that person, different people bring out different things in individuals.
Correct.
So somebody who may not yearn to be loved and held, because they're not asking for it, it may entice that person to be more affectionate.
Yeah.
Because you're not asking for it, maybe they're just like, well, I really haven't given you a hug in a while. Let me give you a hug. I ain't come smooshed up on you in a while.
Yeah.
Let me come do that. So it's also the absence of being required to do something also tends to allow that.
Yeah. And sometimes it's hard for people just to be like,
it is.
Hey,
because you need to.
Yeah, especially if those are things that you want and need in any type of ship that you are in. So yeah, I agree. it's hard, and I think it also comes with time and what you have to learn. Again, everyone is not for you, and every type of ship that you're in, whether it's relationship, friendship, any type of ship, there are always a lesson that can be learned. Yes, you can be sad about it, but you have to realize one, you have to move on and move forward. But what can you learn from that to help better whatever other ship you get into afterwards?
I think for the person who internalizes it, I think a great lesson learned is boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Is creating boundaries, becoming too overly involved or obsessed with somebody else and trying to change that person, and knowing when you're overstepping and you're not having healthy boundaries with that individual.
Yes. So I don't know. I guess
That's difficult because we've all seen that, and like I said, it's very difficult not to internalize that. But again, it's with how society is. Everything that happens, it's got to be something because of you. It's got to revolve around you in some way.
Yeah.
And it's not.
And so yes, majority of the time it's not. Sometimes it can be depending on you and what you do. But yes, I would agree.
Yep. So that's all I got. Anything else you got?
Except for T'Challa.
I'm about to say, Charles, like, wrap this shit up. ASAP Rocky, wrap it up now.
He is doing too much. Sorry, guys, with his footsteps a beating over here.
Pitter-patter, big paws.
Oh my God, on my floors. But no, I think that's really about it. You just have to, like Fee said, learn your boundaries. Learn that sometimes you have to just end things if it's not working out for you. You will be sad, you will be hurt, but remember to learn the lessons. What are the lessons that you can learn from that situation? What is anything that can be done to help you in your next relationship? So those are all things that I would say look into. Don't feel like because they didn't give you what you wanted, like I said, it's just that person isn't meant for you. They were just meant as what, old folks say, they were meant for a season and not a lifetime. So they could have been meant for the winter, but they gone by summer.
Yep. I feel like I would have felt that more with summer and gone in fall, because leaves fall off the tree.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I just know I hate winter and I love summer, so I just was like, but yeah, we can use that now. That's just tools.
I'm weak.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so thank y'all, of course, for tuning in, and always make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and tell everybody.
And as always, life is tough, my dear, but so are
you.
I struggled through that so many episodes.
You.
I got it right this time.
Yay!
It's your birthday, Miss Simone. It's your birthday, Miss Simone. It's your birthday, Miss Simone. Charles was like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
He's like, I don't understand what's happening. And just remember that each of you are beautiful, and to never stay what?
Scared me.
In your motherfucking life.